Howdy everyone. Alright, so in the last video I wrapped up the canopy work and I've kind of gone through the quick mental process of what led me to working on the engine next. And like I've said, it's basically a brand new engine. It's what I would consider like new old stock, right? Again, Aero Sport Power, brand new custom build in 2012. The engine has been sitting ever since. It was run by Aero Sport Power. It was tested on their test stand. I've got all the original documentation. It's never been mounted to an airplane. It's never been operated at all. It's basically a brand new engine, but it's been sitting around forever. It's filthy. I hate the color. I don't like anything about the aesthetics of this engine at all. So my plan is to disassemble it within reason and clean up stuff, repaint it, make sure that everything is put back together correctly, make sure that, you know, the starter, the mags, fuel pumps, prop governor, all that stuff are correct and functional. So I'm just kind of going to go through it. I'm going to do a mild disassembly. Well, what I consider to be mild. A lot of people out there may look at what I'm getting ready to do and think, holy moly, this guy is freaking stupid. Which could be the case. I don't know. But I am going to do this. I am going to tear this engine down and redo it. Now, I don't recommend people do this on a whim. I'm comfortable with my background. I'm comfortable with my experience. I'm comfortable with my knowledge and skill. I'm comfortable with the documentation that I have that I'm going to be using as a guide. But this is not for everyone. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. There's a lot of things you can screw up. There's a lot of things that if you're not in the know, you can inadvertently screw up and never realize it until you're, 10,000 feet and 30 hours into your brand new engine and it quits or worse. But since I am comfortable and confident, I'm going to tackle this. I'm going to document it. If anything, this will just be some entertainment for you guys. But if you're not an engine savvy person, if you don't have a very solid background on engines, how they work, how they operate, and the tedious, detailed, oriented, meticulous, everything's got to be correct, leave it to the experts. I'm not saying I'm an expert because I'm not, but like I said, I'm comfortable with where I'm coming from and what I've done to do this. So right now the plan is to disassemble. I don't know exactly what I've got here. I got to disassemble everything. And once I get everything disassembled, I'm going to start cleaning, rebuilding, polishing, repainting, whatever. So that's next. And we're going to kick off the engine series of my YouTube channel. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for checking it out. I hope you will continue to come by and watch me hopefully not completely ruin a brand new engine. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Howdy, everyone. All right, so I'm just getting started on this engine. I guess I'll call it an engine rebuild for now, although I hope it doesn't go quite that far. But the further I get into it, the more I want to get into it. So I may end up getting deeper into this than I had originally planned. But for now, all I'm doing is disassembly. So you can see I've got the baffles removed and a couple of other simple items. I've got the baffles stacked up here. Of course, this is the fiberglass intake. And the starter ring had already been removed. I got the spark plugs off. I've got the oil dipstick tube has been removed. I've got the fuel lines removed from the distribution block thing. I don't even know what that's called actually. I can't remember. And I've got them marked. Not that you really can't put these on wrong. I mean, they're obviously very distinct and very unique, so they can only go in one place. But I marked them anyway according to cylinder number. And here's the fuel distribution block thing. I've got that off. A couple of brackets. Just working through it really slowly, trying to be methodical. I'm trying to bag and tag everything as I take them off, so these will be bagged. This is the hardware that came off of the baffles, so I'm going to put all of this in a bag and make sure that those go with the baffles. So next up, I'm going to continue to pull off what I have easy access to. So everything in the back, this is next. This is going to come off. I think this is where things are going to get messy because a lot of this has probably got oil in it. So now I've got to be careful and try not to make a mess in my shop. So again, just working through it. Thought I'd take a real quick break here, just to do a quick little snippet of video, and then I'm going to continue on. Howdy, everyone. All right, well, I've been working on my engine, and if you're squeamish, you're going to want to turn away now or stop the video and go find something else to do. There's absolutely nothing wrong. The engine is absolutely perfect, but I am tearing into it quite a bit. So here's what it looks like so far. Now, my original plan, right? We all know how plans go. My original plan was to potentially pull the cylinders off, leave the block intact. I had made some torque plates here, some cylinder base torque plates. These need to be installed. When you remove a cylinder, those need to go in place of the cylinder base to maintain the proper torque on the through bolts that hold the case halves together. Those bolts bridge the bearings that are inside the case, and those hold the crush preload on the bearings. If you loosen those completely without torque plates installed, you can run the risk of spinning a bearing. That's the long story shortened. So my plan was to do that, was to remove cylinders, put the torque plates on and all that good stuff to maintain the torque and all that. Now I'm having second thoughts. Now that I've gotten to this point, I'm seriously considering taking everything off, splitting the case, and basically rebuilding the engine from scratch. All of the components are brand new. The pistons, the rings, this is a brand new engine just like I thought it was going to be. I was told that it was, the documentation said that it was, but now I am 110% positive that this engine was built by Aero Sport Power, ran on their test stand, and it hasn't been run since. Here are my pile of parts so far, and again, everything is new, brand new. Here's one of the cylinder that I just took off. It's brand new. It's got all the cross hatch marks on the cylinder walls. The valves are really nice and clean and shiny. So I don't have to rebuild anything. I just need to, what I'm planning on doing is just disassembling, cleaning, reassembling, and repainting. But before I go any further, before I start pulling the rest of the stuff off of this, I want to make sure that my thought process is solid. I want to make sure that I'm not going to go any further until I have a better handle on how this comes apart and in what order and if it matters. And I haven't decided yet if I am in fact going to completely disassemble or if I'll just stick with my torque plate idea. It's not an idea, it's mandatory, but I don't need the torque plates if I'm going to split the case and take it apart anyway. So I need to do a little bit of homework still. I got all the accessories off of the case, and again, everything is brand new. I've looked at everything under a microscope, so to speak, and this is a really, really super nice engine. I just don't like the color, and it's filthy. So that's where I am at the moment. I think I'm done for the day. I'm going to do some research. It's not really research. I own the overhaul manual for this engine, so I'm just going to go back through the manual and get re-familiar with it because it's been quite a while since I've read it. So tomorrow I'll probably continue with disassembly. I've been bagging and tagging parts and different things. All of this stuff is going to be boxed up and put away for now, protected. And then as I go through the build, as I need components to reassemble, at that point is when I'll look into potentially cleaning, painting, disassembly, rebuilding, whatever, each individual component if it's required. So that's it for today. I will get out here sometime tomorrow and continue on. All right, I will talk to you guys later.